I was fishing one day, and I was standing in the middle of the river fishing in some pretty fast water, and out of nowhere, the smell of the gentleman who had passed away was in my nostrils, completely out of nowhere. And it was only because I hit my head on a rock on the bottom of the river that I came to again, and I came to, I was underwater rolling down the river. I was in the middle of a panic attack where I couldn't breathe, my heart was hammering in my chest, and that was a wake-up call, for sure. My name is Joe Tinney, and I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia. My life was, from all outside perspectives, ideal. I was in my 29th year of flying as a flight attendant. I was writing my own schedule, flying international flying, going wherever I wanted, doing whatever I wanted. I was only working 9 days a month. Wonderful relationship with my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife. From all outside appearances, healthy, happy, fit. I did a lot of cycling, played a lot of golf, loved to cook, loved to read. Couldn't have written a better script for myself. I was working a flight from New Delhi to Toronto, and we were about 40 minutes outside Delhi, and I attended to a medical emergency on board the aircraft, and the gentleman who I was treating died in my arms. It left me with a case of post-traumatic stress disorder. I was having nightmares and cold sweats, and my blood pressure went through the roof, and anxiety. That spun me into a depression. And it was at around that time that cannabis was being legalized in Canada. And that gave me a whole new source, a whole new outlet to feed my addiction. And COVID came along at about the same time. My drug use and consumption of alcohol on top of it was just what started as a spiral quickly became a vortex in a matter of about, I'd say, 4 to 6 months sort of thing after that incident. And on a few occasions I found myself in the sound room curled up in a ball, crying and not able to breathe and just in a complete mess. I'm the type of person that does their due diligence, so I contacted my own psychologist at the time. She recommended the facility. I knew that the network of facilities that EHN had across the country had a good reputation. There was a facility that was relatively close to me, and I wanted to strike while the iron was hot. So I picked up the phone the next day and called them. There were times when I doubted the process, but knew that it was a long process. As far as that goes, it's a process that I'm still living today. It's a process that I know that I'm going to be living for the rest of my life. I just had to believe in that. And it worked. It's working. Yeah. I don't hide the fact that I'm a recovering addict to a lot of people. I mean, not strangers off the streets, but all of my regulars in here, and I have, I dare say, hundreds of regulars. They all know my story. I'm an open book. And they mentioned to me that I'm an open book in Open Book Coffee. And I can't think that there must have been something subliminal about that when I coined the name. It's really comforting for me to be here. It's turned into my baby. My life is so much better now than it was 3 years ago. It's night and day. I'm content. I have a purpose. Happy.